We back, baby. Oh, hey, you was jamming out over there.
You know, I can't get enough of that beat. You know what I'm saying? Sid laid it down and it's a wrap. I was all in it.
Yeah, I see. You definitely was all in it, man. Join us, hot fire. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for being here and rocking with us. Listen, I know this is another one of them nights. Last week, I had to start the show kind of late because of what I had going on. And then with this weather, John traveling, got to be careful on the roads. And then I forgot. I was just thinking how bad the weather was for him just with the rain. I forgot where he's going. It's snowing. So that's even worse.
Yeah, it got crazy. It got crazy.
I'm glad you're okay, brother. I'm glad you're safe and made it home, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We were hitting 5 miles per hour in certain parts.
Hey, man, but that's at least we're able to bring the show to you guys. Hopefully, connection issues are good too, because that's the other side of the weather, making sure everything works all right. So it looks okay right now. So fingers crossed.
We in here.
We are in here. Thank you for tuning into the NBA report, guys. Before we get going and get cracking with the regular show, you know how we do. You know how MBK gives it up. You know how still Knicks fans give it up for my guy Jay Boogie. When Jay Boogie got a drop, we're gonna play it. I try to make sure no matter what we doing, at least once on each show that we got rocking, we try to show Jay Boogie, because the audience could be different. You never know. This is the NBA report right now.
Right.
So yeah, man, we got a little something real quick for the people out there. It's the holiday spirits, the holiday time. You guys may have heard this song because it's an anthem now, but Jay Boogie finally was able to cut a video for it. I know certain places have already been showing it. Our fellow Knicks brethren, the Knicks community is strong, but you guys haven't seen it yet here on the NBA report with Ron and John and Jose. Let's go.
That's right. Let's go.
I gotta get some sound effects here, man. I'm working on it, man. All right, guys.
Christmas is coming early for those Yankees. Oh, right. We got Rendon in the house. Let's go.
What? Wait, Rendon or Rodon?
Rodon.
Yeah, because if you got Rendon, I didn't know about that one.
Rondon, whatever it is.
Yeah, there you go. Rodon. But he's nice. I like him. Yanks always find a way to get somebody, man.
We in the business. Let's go. Let's go.
Whatever. All right. Merry Christmas to y'all. Hopefully our Christmas ain't over yet. We still need some pieces. But anyway, okay. All right, I'm done. All right, let's get it cracking. All right. I think we good, guys. So you know what? Once again, this is Back on Christmas. Jay Boogie, my guy Papa Left, and the one and only Mr. Cully himself, the Cully Goat in the building. Let's go.
You getting it? Because I ain't getting it.
What? Oh, okay. Hold on.
Here we go. Let's start again.
Let's try this again. Hold on. I tell you, man, StreamYard is funky. Sometimes when you share, it automatically pops up on the screen, and sometimes it does not. Okay. So I guess in this case, it did not. There we go. All right, guys. Let's try this again. One more again.
Yo, what up, man? What up? It's Hard Will. Back like 2/5, man. It's your boy Hard Will. What? You alright, man? Alright, what's up? Yo, get up, man. Yo, get up, man. I got some money for you, man. I got this phone. KT Wireless. KT Wireless? T-Mobile, man. We on here with some bread. We're going to the Knicks game. We back like 2/5. That's all, Will? Yeah, let's go. For the love of the game. Yeah, let's go. Well, I never stop loving you, boy. We back. We back, baby. Thank you, man. Let's go. All right, let's go.
It's a jolly time of the year, right before the new year. Ain't no other squad better on this day than the Knicks. We back. Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. That red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting. 12 noon, we back 12 in the 2/5. Biggest tree in the world filled with presents. Little kids, they checking off their wish list. Ho, 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 we celebrating this Christmas. Jingle bell, first game playing in the garden. Tell Santa we got the whole league watching. Right before we celebrate the new year. James Dolan crossing with the reindeers. Parker decks, they filled with no room garage. When it comes to the flow, this here's eggnog. Best believe your boy, yeah, I'm on my job. Celebrate your Christmas with the Knicks squad. The best place in the world that backstage shopping. I AD my wrist so you can keep watching. Shopping sprees all over, this is Times Square. Then it's back to the game at Madison Square. Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. That red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting.
Back on Christmas, J Boogie predicted this. You can't say St. Nicholas without nicking it. The Knicks on Christmas should be ubiquitous. So shout out if you've been with us, sitting through the interim. Feels like we meant to win. Now we got the kids with us. Potential is limitless. Gifts go down the chimney. Try to put the Grinch on me. Pinch me, but I'm not dreaming. It's a new reality. New York is in the top seat in seasons. Greetings, Eastern Conference. Defense, the Gardens rocking. Best fans in the game. We don't do the home away split. Catch me at the Staples, baby. I make the sleigh live. 8 gifts pulling up in the Cambridgers. About to lace the garden with a pack of Frankincense and myrrh. Can't resist the urge. Knicks set new squad. Time to burn the competition sitting out of you, Lord.
Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. That red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting.
Something wrong with your TV screen. If that orange and blue ain't playing on that red and that green. Favorite players, yeah, but Knicks stay forever the team. Shout out the upstairs, trying to play chess with the team going forward. They're making sure the squad is in order. They know we hated on by all opposing reporters. It's torture. New Yorkers, we built for fourth quarters. Show up to the court or prepare for a slaughter. They wanna hate on the Knicks, tell me what that's doing. Get that stuff out of here, shout out to Pat Ewing. 12 noon jump ball, just know we enemies. We trying to bring home the gold back from the 70s. Oh yeah, we back on Christmas, oh no, can it be? Only us Knicks fans know the whole New York energy. If you ain't know what type of tension this is, Knicks Nation, we'll see y'all on Christmas.
Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. That red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting.
Killer. That's fire track, baby. Let's go, Ron. Let's go, Ron.
That's what I'm saying, baby. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Come on, let's go, Jay Boogie, Papa Left and Cully. Not for nothing. You know what it is? Like Jay Boogie works hard to try to put songs together, and you know it's not as easy as people think when you're doing a song about a team, sports related, all that stuff. You gotta rhyme, you gotta be catchy, but it's gotta be like it's got to make sense, and it's got to be something that people want to listen to because you're hoping for that replayability. But let me tell you, this Christmas joint, I can hear this every Christmas. It seems
yeah.
like it could be in the rotation. That's what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
We just need the Knicks to be on heavy rotation on Christmas.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Shout out
Yeah.
to the three of y'all, man. Y'all did a great work on that track.
Dope,
That beat
joint.
is fire. That beat is fire.
Yeah, man. Dope joint. Really good job, man. Really good job. So yeah, man, that's a great way to start the show. Get it kicked off. That's you know, a present from Jay Boogie and his to all of us. So yeah, salute and shout out to all these guys. But you know what I mean? Let's get it cracking, y'all. Y'all been waiting. So first off, let's just say tonight, you know, it's Thursday night, and that's usually means Thursday night football. So you got a football game going on right now with San Francisco smacking Seattle 21-6 in the third quarter. And so usually when that happens with Thursday night football, it's a limited NBA lineup. And I just want to mention what is going on for tonight so that way everybody has an idea real quick. There's only 4 games on the docket. It's the Miami Heat versus the Houston Rockets. The Heat are up 111-103. About 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Ooh, okay. Tyler Hero's getting busy tonight. 41 points and 6 rebounds.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And Porter Jr. for Houston has 21 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. 111-103. The Heat are up. Then you got the Bucks playing the Grizzlies. Oh my God, this NBA! I gotta tell you, the NBA last few weeks has been weird, bro. Weird. The Grizzlies are up 130-84 on the Bucks.
Wow.
I mean,
who's not playing?
I don't know, but Antetokounmpo is playing, so
interesting. Wow.
He's got 19 points and 6 rebounds, and with 7 minutes left in the fourth. So I guess he's had a struggle game. Ja Morant has got 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, triple dubs. So
Ja bringing it.
They getting busy over there. So good for Memphis. And you got the New Orleans Pelicans. We're going to talk a little bit more about them in a little bit. They are playing the Utah Jazz, and they're up 62-58 at the half. CJ McCollum's got 15 points, and Jordan Clarkson has 25 points for the Jazz. Wow, nice. Could be a big night for Clarkson.
And he just came off a big night too.
And then lastly, you got the Phoenix Suns versus the LA Clippers. That's actually a good game to watch. And I think, I mean, they're saying players to watch, so I guess Devin Booker's back because he hasn't played the last couple games, so I guess he's back. So that's good. Yeah, and we know
Clippers
that,
aren't in full strength yet.
No, everybody's back.
Everybody's
back John Wall's hurt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
but
he's out.
But what's his face? Kawhi Leonard's back. He's on his minute restriction though. He's playing. They got him playing 30 minutes.
Right. And PG is back too, right?
Yeah, PG's back.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's the 4 games on the docket, guys. But you know, another thing that has been, you know, very interesting, and I think we've kind of, well, I know people have talked about ways to kind of include certain players in the NBA as mainstays. You know, one of the biggest things that's always been said is that you know, the NBA logo should be changed. I don't think they're ever going to do it. But you know, the thought was maybe one day they change it to the Jordan logo because of his impact, and the logo's dope, not for nothing. But you know, it is what it is. So it looks like it's still Jerry West, even though that's the unofficial. No one ever says that it's Jerry West, but everybody knows that it's Jerry West. It's kind of weird. Right. So I guess that may stay that way. I don't know. But the NBA did announce on Tuesday that they were changing the names of some of their most prestigious awards. So the MVP Most Valuable Player Award will now be called the Michael Jordan Award. So I guess they're going to say like, and you know, the winner of the MVP award, and
no,
Michael
it would
Jordan
be like
trophy.
No, it would probably be the Michael Jordan Trophy, and then they'll say like MVP for the season.
Yeah, I've got to figure out how they're going to introduce these. So that's going to be interesting. Right. Yeah, so I mean that is a big it's a big acknowledgement for Michael Jordan, making him the name of the MVP award. So I mean that's
Yeah.
pretty dope. But
Yeah.
then you got the defensive player of the year trophy has been named after Hakeem Olajuwon. That's
That's a
pretty
good
cool.
legacy.
That's pretty cool. They changed a couple more. The rookie of the year trophy has now been named after Wilt Chamberlain. That's interesting. I couldn't really correlate. I don't know what Wilt Chamberlain did in his rookie year. I mean, I know he was destroying everybody every year. So, but he must have had a great rookie year. So, the sixth man of the year trophy has been named after John Havlicek. Okay. The most improved player trophy will be named after Julius Randle. Oh, sorry, my fault. My bad. My fault, guys. I saw the name wrong. It's going to be named after George Mikan. The most improved player trophy will be named after George Mikan.
That's interesting.
And
one for Jerry West, right?
Yeah, they're introducing a new award for the clutch player of the year. I don't know how they're going to quantify that. Clutch player of the year. Do you go by someone who hits game winners, someone who comes through in the play? I don't know what that award's going to really what do you think that's going to be, John?
I don't know. It's a weird because clutch, you have to guy who hits the most buzzer beaters at the end of games.
I don't know what that's going to be. Like that's going to be interesting. Or maybe it's going to be maybe they're going to look at who's the best players in the fourth quarter.
Possibly.
All right. Yeah. So that one will be named after Jerry West. So that's interesting. Yeah, they've been doing it ever since rest in peace, Kobe. Ever since Kobe passed away, and they did that All-Star game,
All-Star tribute.
Yeah, it's like it looks like
but
they were
that
looking
makes
to change
sense
things.
though. That made total sense. This one, I'm up in the air about it. I think it's cool. I think it's cool that they're trying to get, folks. But it's like, I don't know. So you don't have a Larry Bird trophy.
I know you. That's the thing about when you. That's the thing
when you start doing
do
that.
Stuff
It's
like
just
this,
starts
right?
To, like,
I was just gonna say that, John. When you start doing this, people start to feel slighted.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing. It's like impact. You go down the line, generational impact, right? You had so many different generations of basketball players, and everyone had impact in some way, and so I don't know how they quantify that.
I don't know either, man. But well, we'll see how it works. We'll see how it plays out. And then, I guess since they're introducing it this year, this is going to be the first year they're going to roll them out. We'll get to see how this works, how they quantify a clutch player and all this stuff. And then we'll also see if people get cheated. We'll see how it plays out. I'm interested to see. Shout out to the chat. I should have said this first off, man. You guys have been holding us down. Thank you guys for you constantly, rocking with us tonight and seeing when we're going to start and then sticking around to kind of, be there for the start of the show. Geraldine McIver, First Lady of Still Knicks fans and the NBA and also the Knicks community. Let's go. David L is in the building. Salute to David L because David L tunes into a lot of the shows, definitely supports NBK. I don't think I've ever seen David L until maybe earlier today, or was it yesterday? I think it was earlier today. If I'm mistaken, David L, you let me know. But I thought I saw you on Freezy's show. Was that the David L?
Nice.
I like to know. Interesting. Shout out to Cormega. Good to see you, my brother. Always a pleasure. We got Stream Elements in the building. Always Stream Elements. They're loyal, man. Infamous New King is here. Shahid Ross. Appreciate you. I don't know if I've seen you before on any of the MBK shows, but definitely thank you for being here, rocking with the NBA report. We got Jack City in the building. Salute to you. Edwin P is in the building. What's good? Angel Torres is here. We got Lion of Judah. What's going on, bro? Shalom. Okay, and then we got a bunch of other people watching. So thank you guys that are tuned in that may not feel comfortable jumping in the chat and typing it up, but we know you're viewing us, so thank you for watching. All right. So let's check it out here. Then let's see. All right, hold on. I gotta refresh myself because I don't know if this is accurate. Is it? I hope it is. All right, I think it is. Okay. So guys, let's take a look real quick at the injury report. We're not going to go down the line for every team's injured players because that could be a bunch of people. We just want to kind of look at the notable injuries just to get an idea because there's certain things that are going on. We know most recently Steph Curry got hurt, and that could be really big for the Warriors. The Warriors are already struggling.
Right.
I don't watch ESPN too often, but I was watching the game. I was watching the Knicks game, and ESPN was covering it. And I think there was a point at halftime where they were going over certain stats. And one of the weird stats is Golden State is 2-13 on the road.
Yeah.
That's
something
a
they got to
one,
fix
man.
up. Yeah.
That is a rough
Definitely.
one. So yeah, and losing somebody like Curry is not going to make that stat any better.
That's a real impact right there.
Yes, sir. All right, let's get that up. Hold on. Let me drop this down, guys. Okay. All right. Let me see if we can make this a little bigger for you. These injury reports be crazy. All right, guys. So, first off, and how's this looking? No, not too bad. Okay. Because ESPN be tripping sometimes. They don't be updating the injury reports, but this says December 15th. So, that looks pretty good.
Robert Williams is set to come back in their next game.
Oh, okay, good.
Is it Robert Williams?
Yeah,
No, I'm
look at it.
thinking
Yeah.
it is.
No,
right?
no,
Yeah.
you're right. It says is planning to make his season debut in Friday's matchup with the Magic. So tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Nice. Look at you, John. I'm telling you guys, we don't just speak it. We be about it, man. All right. So Atlanta, Clint Capella, John Collins, and DeJounte Murray. Now that's three big pieces to be
right
out.
there.
Yeah,
that's half of their starting rotation right there.
Exactly. That's tough. So I mean, look at this. Capella's 1 to 2 weeks. Tuesday,
Day-to-day.
he goes rehabbing
Collins.
well. Day to day. Okay. And then Murray's out for 2 weeks. Damn, that happened against the Knicks. Wow. Okay. So then as John was saying, Robert Williams is scheduled to come back tomorrow night against the Magics, which would be huge for them. But I got to tell you, if I was Boston, because Boston has been doing great without him, but they'll be so much more, better with him. I would think about putting Robert Williams on like a minute restriction, man. Ease this guy in slowly, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you there. You don't have to rush him in playing heavy minutes. Get him in there, get him comfortable, get his stamina back into what it used to be, get him to the good place where he feels physically able to run 40 minutes a game if necessary. But
facts.
I'm more slow. Definitely. I'm definitely with you there.
Al Horford looks like he's out for personal reasons, questionable for Friday's game. Okay. And we already know
the personal reasons is like, the knees can't take it,
Yeah.
The older player, this is like, you gotta rest it. You gotta put some Bengay on it, Epsom salt baths and all of that.
That sounds about right. So we already know Gallinari's out for the season.
Right.
Brooklyn Nets, Seth Curry and Patty Mills. Okay, day to day for both of them. Let's see anything of note here with Charlotte. I mean, Gordon Hayward. But Gordon Hayward's always hurt, guys. I don't know.
I don't see that as a big one.
He's questionable. Then you got Williams and Dennis Smith Jr. I don't want to go through everybody.
Yeah,
so for Chicago,
no one to really talk about. I mean, Lonzo is the one key factor on that team.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I got to tell you, the Bulls fans, if there's any Bulls fans that are watching this right now, it's tough, man. You guys are having a really rough season. You've been struggling to close out games because I haven't watched a lot of Bulls stuff because I don't, the highlights I haven't seen a lot because they've been struggling. But apparently, listening to what people have been talking about, some of the commentators and stuff, Chicago's had a lot of trouble closing out games late. Even when they're in it, somehow they found a way to lose games late. And then with the injuries and not having that good flow of offense, not having Lonzo out there is really hurt this team. So,
yeah,
I don't know. It's tough. Cleveland, What happened to Ricky Rubio, bro?
They're saying injured with a
I have
clear.
not seen Ricky Rubio
He's
play.
doing rehab work, right? 5-on-5. So
Yeah, I
sort of
mean, jeez, like what the hell happened? It's crazy. All right, Dallas, Bertans, Green, Maxi Kleber. Okay. Denver, Michael Porter Jr., another guy who stays hurt.
right.
That's a heel injury. Those can be stubborn. Hopefully, it's not heel spurs, but heels are tough. It's a real sensitive part on your body, tough to heal, and you're always putting weight on it. That's a tough one. So yeah, hopefully you can get that right.
And Golden State is struggling there.
Yeah, I see. And Detroit, let's not forget Detroit.
Cade
Detroit
Cunningham
is losing Cade Cunningham for the season because he's undergoing surgery.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. And then look at this. Golden State, Wiggins. Well, Green played the other day. So yeah, he's day to day. Curry, what did they say about Curry? Not requires surgery, but is expected to sign on closest to a month. Whoa. Man. Wow. Iguodala is always going to be on the injury report because he's always on the bench.
Well, he's also 40, right?
Yeah, Iguodala is the Udonis Haslem of the Golden State Warriors. So,
right.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, Jason Tate. All right. Indiana Duarte. G League. I don't know. Duarte's kind of not been what I thought Duarte was going to be so far in his young career. It's growing pains, man. And it's tough because
you don't, man.
He's a little older too, because I think he's 24. I think he's like Obi's age.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. For the Clippers, Zubac. This must have just happened because he just played. Kennard is out. I don't know. I don't think he's hurt, but Reggie Jackson.
They're saying Paul George is out too.
Yeah, he played
Thursday's
the last game too. He had a triple-double yesterday, I think.
Yeah, I think they're sort of playing it also with caution, saying that they have the history.
Look, Kawhi Leonard's been ruled out.
Yeah. They're not trying to bring up. They're trying to save them for like the run.
Yeah,
and that'll be smart because even John Wall, you don't want him put him out there to get heavy minutes, and all of a sudden you lose him.
Yeah, that's interesting because John Wall didn't play. He didn't even dress in the last game. But notice he's not on the injury report. Right. Now these guys have jumped on the report, and he's not there. Okay, all right. Interesting. Right. Okay. The Lakers, we got LeBron James, ankle is listed as probable. Davis likely to play Friday's game. I guess that's just like day-to-day stuff.
Right.
Desmond Bain will miss another 3 to 4 weeks for the Grizzlies. That's a tough one.
That's a tough loss for them.
Yeah. Bam Adebayo, this doesn't say anything, so I don't know. I guess that's day-to-day. What's up with Oladipo? Another guy always hurt.
Always injured.
Yeah, it's a shame. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it. Kyle Lowry's out. Same thing, nothing to show of it. So, okay. Milwaukee, Drew Holiday illness. Okay, well, he'll be okay eventually. Minnesota, Gobert, he just played. I saw him. That must be questionable. Okay. Russell's questionable. All right. Call Anthony Towns. Now that one, 4 to 6 weeks. We knew that. That's going to take a minute.
Out of all these injuries, though, what team is, in your opinion, going to like have the sort of what injury is going to have the most impact in your eyes?
The Warriors one.
Is it the Warriors?
Because let me tell you something. Steph Curry got hurt in that game. He had 38 points at the half. Oof. Steph Curry's everything to that team. They're going to really miss Steph Curry. They're struggling with them. Imagine without him.
Yeah, and you're not getting the same consistency from Clay that you used to.
Mm-hmm.
Or that they're used to, because he's still sort of building himself up back to what he used to be.
Right. Wow. Brandon Ingram's out with a toe injury. He's going to be out at least another week. He hasn't, like this year, he's kind of been out a little bit. He came back and now he's out again. So the Pelicans have been playing great, and he hasn't really been a big factor for them. So
Well,
when they
no,
get him back,
they have Zion right now, so he's sort of taking it easy. He's like, "Yo, Zion, you ain't played for a while. Hold it down."
yeah, facts. And then this kid, EJ Liddell, who can ball, we
Good
haven't
player,
even really seen him yet. So
right?
we'll see. And then that gets us to our New York Knicks. Oh God, Trevor Keels is out.
What are we gonna do, man?
Yeah, I know. That's a tough one. They don't even have nothing to say about Trevor Keels. He's just gonna be out forever.
Yeah, man.
Um,
What do we do without him?
I don't know, bro.
It's crazy,
Toppin's out 2 to 3 weeks. I seen him in the walking boot at the Christmas party. Well, I wasn't
right?
there, but I saw the
Right.
picture.
I seen that.
Still, Knicks fans didn't get the invite yet, guys. Sorry. And Ryan Archiakno, whatever his name is, can't say it.
Archiakno.
There you go. For Oklahoma City, pretty much everything we already knew. Orlando notables here is Wendell Carter said Thursday his foot injury is feeling better. He hopes to return to the court in 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, that's good news for them.
And you haven't heard much from Suggs. Jalen Suggs has sort of been dormant. Right?
I gotta say, man. No, I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to say it. I hope the guy gets stuff together. I don't think Orlando's the right fit for him. He needs to get up out of there and maybe go somewhere else because he has not looked good. Sometimes players just don't look good in a certain city on a certain team.
You're right. That's true.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm interested in this. The Sixers, see what how's Maxey. He's still a few weeks away. Okay, yeah. They definitely need Maxey. Another team that has not been playing well lately, the Phoenix Suns. Ayton is probably a day-to-day type of guy. Let's see. Payne. I don't know. Cameron Johnson. He's probably a little ways away. There's no clear timeline. Okay. And Jay Crowder is just out until he gets traded.
Now, how did that whole event turned around? Was it Jay Crowder asking for a move? How did that turn? What was that?
Dude, I wish they've kept it tight-lipped over there with regards to what's happening with Jay Crowder. What was the camel, the straw that broke the camel's back? I don't know what happened over there. But I will tell you, Phoenix is weird. So I don't know. We saw how they handled DeAndre Ayton thing, the signing in the offseason. We saw how Monty Williams benched DeAndre Ayton in the playoffs, and instead of trying to win and use him as an option because he's a big player that had an advantage over the other team, he'd rather bench him to teach him a lesson and lose a chance at the championship.
It's crazy. But then not only that, like, isn't there a conversation about potentially I don't know if they're gonna fine Jay Crowder for something. I don't know what it was. It was something around adding fines to him if he doesn't suit up for something.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe that's just a clause that maybe I don't know. I really don't. I'm going to find out a little bit more about that. Maybe he just said, listen, I don't want to play for you guys anymore. Trade me. And maybe he gave them an ultimatum. Who knows? Portland, Josh Hart. Okay. And then that's pretty much it. Everybody else. I mean, we still haven't seen Gary Payton Jr. really do much for the Blazers. He hasn't played a lot for them so far. Sacramento, Kevin Huerter, ankle day-to-day pretty much. San Antonio, nothing to really talk about here. OG Anunoby, they're not saying anything, so I guess he's kind of okay, probably day-to-day or something, whatever. Let's see. Sexton, hamstring for Utah. And then Washington.
Gotta look at Sexton, because Sexton, most recently, he just came off of an injury, right? That kept him off the court, and now he's starting to find himself right back into the injury swing of things. So he may run into being one of those players that can never see the floor because of injuries.
True.
That's a big one for them, because he started the season out really playing well.
Yeah, Bradley Beal, hamstring. Rui Hachimura just hasn't progressed to 3-on-3s, 5-on-5s. So who knows his timetable? But And then Porzingis just went down with a back injury. It's not good for your 7'3" guy to have back problems. That's a tough one.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys. So that is your injury report. And we'll see what happens going forward. But the Steph Curry news is probably, I think, the most detrimental. I would say the Atlanta news is tough too because they got 3 of their starters that are out, but those guys are going to be coming back soon. It's just that they're all out at the same time. That's not great. That's not great news. Let's see.
Especially with the Knicks on the heels of a 5-game win streak. Just want to say that.
Exactly. Let me see. Yeah, okay. I see Ricky Beavers is in the building. What's good? He said Jeremy Lin was outshining Melo for a quick second. There may be some truth to that. Chinky Eyes in the building. I literally just finished watching Comega Drink Champs clip. Okay. All right, guys. So let's take a look at the NBA standings, right? Because this now, I know it's like the ongoing thing that everybody says. There's so much parity in the league.
Right.
You know, this year it really is a lot of parity in the league. There's no way around it.
It's definitely showing up, especially now that the teams are really locking in on what their rotations are going to look like. You know, you're going to see a lot better basketball play. So it's going to be fun to watch. But yeah, even the records, right? And Boston.
Let's see here.
Boston has overtaken the East.
Wow. Yeah. Look at that. Man, look at these streaks. Knicks on a 5-game win streak. Ooh. Philadelphia 1-3, Brooklyn 1-4, Miami's 1-3 with the, interesting how when Jimmy Butler comes back, Miami starts winning again.
Yeah.
Orlando's 1-4 in a row. Paolo's been back about 6 games, so now they're winning.
You want to what stands out to me, and it's surprisingly Toronto dropping down as far down as they dropped, even though they're right there. They're like a game out, but because everybody's sort of close together. But just that team is weird. Again, they're like playing middle of the pack basketball. They've gotten another year in. You would think that they've matured better as a team because they don't have any new faces. It's the same team.
I think it's weird too. Like with Toronto, I feel like I feel like they get hurt a lot. Different players get these nagging injuries that pop up, and then I feel like they've had a hard time like all playing well together. Like they're having spurts. Like in the beginning of the season before he got hurt. Why am I going blank on the big guy?
One of their bigs.
Yeah, the best big. Why am I freaking going blank on his name? Man, that's horrible. Guys, don't get old. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Pascal Siakam. Jesus.
Okay. Siakam.
Horrible.
You said big guy. I was thinking like a center.
Well, I mean, he actually does play because they play small. So he's one of their bigs.
I always see him as a 3-4 type player.
Yeah, well, for them, the way they play, and Precious Achiuwa has been out, so he's kind of been interchanging between the 4 and the 5. Weird stuff over there. But yeah, so Pascal Siakam was going crazy in the beginning. Then he got hurt, right? And then OG Anunoby went nuts. Right. OG's day-to-day. And then yesterday, Fred VanVleet dropped 41.
Right.
So they just haven't really all been clicking together. And another thing for them is I think Scotty Barnes is just that. He's a defensive player. The offensive game is still taking a bit to kind of come together. So they can't really depend on him as being that source of scoring or contributing that much there. He puts in a little points here and there. But when they face tougher competition, he kind of goes quiet. So, I think they just kind of like they just need to all start clicking at the same time.
That makes sense. But again, they're not that far off. They're only
not at all. I mean, Toronto's tough.
They're what, 13 and 15?
Yeah, look at that. I mean, they're right there.
They're right
I
there
mean, they're only separated between
by
them
game.
and what? Let's say fourth place, the Nets. They're separated by what? 3.5 games
Hmm.
from 10th to 4th.
Yeah, I mean, easily could be fifth and sixth also. Like they're
Hmm.
just really like a game out, 2 games out.
Yeah. Now, as far as streaking goes, another big streak, well, two big streaks you see there is Washington lost 8 in a row, and Charlotte has lost 6 in a row.
Right.
Now, thankfully for Charlotte, they got LaMelo Ball back last night, and he played well. Um, and I think he played well enough. Let me see. I don't want to say the wrong thing because I think they won. I could be wrong. No, they lost. Sorry, they lost in overtime, 141 to 134. The Pistons beat them.
Lost right
Wow,
there.
that's a tough one. But LaMelo did come back in his first game back with 23 points and 11 assists.
Yeah, he's gonna do what it does. He's the most talented out of the ball children. So
Yeah, definitely. He's nice. And shout out to Killian Hayes, guys. Listen, I've been on the Killian
he's
Hayes.
putting together a nice little run.
He has been playing very consistently. And yesterday he had a really good game, 25 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. And he's making it so that people start to second guess. Like, oh, remember when people passed up on Killian Hayes? Remember when the Knicks didn't want him? Still a little early for that, but I'm just saying, them talks, it's gonna start happening.
Another player who's had a really good is Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, Kelly
He's had a
Oubre's
nice
been solid for them too.
solid.
Those are the two guys. Killian is starting to really get there now, but I'm not going to give him that thing yet. Kelly Oubre and Devin Vassell have surprised me all season. They
Right.
have been playing really well. Like Devin Vassell has been like, man, I didn't know he was that good.
Right. You know what the problem is for the Pistons? They're utilizing Sadiq Bey off the bench when he should be starting for this team. And I'm not sure. Maybe it's because they gave Bogdanovich the contract, but it's almost like you got a kid in Sadiq Bey who can take over a game sometimes offensively, and he's just predicated to playing 15 to 18 minutes a game. And he doesn't, and the ball is not. He's not getting enough minutes or touches. It's super weird.
It is. It is. I don't listen. The Sadiq Bey thing drives me nuts because I thought this kid, like sometimes I see him and I'm like, yo, he is ridiculous with all the athleticism he
But
has.
I don't
He
even
can.
think it's him though. That's the
Oh,
problem.
you think it's the Pistons, just how
I
they're
think it's
using
the
him.
way they're not used when they started him and played the minutes. He scored buckets. Now they've moved him away from that, and now he doesn't have enough touches to make an impact. It's like the game is not ran around him anymore, and it's super weird. They just lost faith in what he could provide for them. So something must have happened. You know what I mean? That we're not aware of. But I always found that weird because I like his game. I think he can be an impact type player because he's almost that gritty. He's a very gritty type player when he's active. You
Mm.
know, he gets it in defensive side. He's good, solid offensive player when given the opportunities. But right now it seems weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you could be right. Maybe they feel a certain way about his game because I always thought he was terribly inconsistent. Like he can
Right.
go from giving you, 10 points to dropping 40 on you and
Right.
then go back to 10 points or 7 points or 8. Like I'm like, come
Right.
on, man. And he was tearing up the G League last year too when he was down there.
Right. I don't know.
That's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, John. It's weird. So yeah, as John said, like Boston is jumped in front, 22-7 record right now. So they look like the team that people need to worry about and fear. Milwaukee, I still think they're gonna get it together, but they haven't really got it together the way I thought. Like I thought Milwaukee was kind of running away with this thing, and once Middleton came back, I thought they were really going to get busy, but he's kind of been struggling to, he's been out for a long time, so he's
I think
got
it's
to kind of
having
get comfortable.
it's having the opposite effect of what we all thought it would happen. You know, like he'll come in seamless ad, and it'll just all work itself out because he knows his role on the team.
Mm-hmm.
But that is something to be said about chemistry and having that chemistry on the court. Any quick change could mess it all up. And
Right.
him coming back, you notice that they haven't been playing well, and it's also affecting their defense. And they're number one rated defense, right? So that's big. If Middleton comes in and he isn't able to establish himself defensively, what
Yeah,
does that say, right?
it's true. And it's just like Denver. Like on paper, you look at Denver and you're like, wow, they did some really nice things last year, but they didn't have all the pieces. And
Right.
Jokic, carried them. This year, you think, okay, Jokic is there, but now you got Michael Porter Jr. back and Jamal. Well, he's hurt right now, but you know what I mean. And
Jamal
you get
Murray.
Jamal Murray, and you're like, okay, well, they should be clicking, but it's been a struggle for them. And now, if you notice, they're playing better basketball because now they're starting to feature Jokic again, like they did last year.
Yeah. But
So
I don't see why they would not want to, right? You got a talent of that magnitude. You should want to have the game run through him and allow Jamal Murray to be a secondary player. But it's a weird league, man. They're guard heavy, right? They lean on the guards to be the stars.
100%, man, 100%. And maybe they just thought that that's what they needed to do early to get Jamal Murray comfortable again and get Michael Porter, comfortable. But that hasn't really worked. And granted, Jamal Murray's had some nice games where he's had some big shots. He showed his Jamal Murray type clutchness, but he hasn't been the Jamal Murray from the bubble year.
Right.
So that's what's going on in the Eastern Conference. And as you guys can see, the New York Knicks, winning them 5 games in a row. They're 15-13 now. I can't hate. I cannot hate. I'm a happy Knicks fan. So I mean, looks good. Looks good. We'll see. And then that brings us to the men out west, Western Conference. Memphis Grizzlies 19-9. Now they've all of a sudden won 7 in a row. I'm telling you, some people going streaking.
It's a big one.
Denver's won 3 in a
Pelicans.
row. Yeah, I
Pelicans
know.
right there with
Pelicans,
them.
right. Portland's won 3 in a row, and then the Clippers have won 3 in a row. And then the opposite way, you got Phoenix losing 5 in a row. Oklahoma City lost 4, and then Minnesota has lost 3 in a row. So yeah, but the Pelicans, man, like Memphis and the Pelicans are going to be 2 teams that are probably going to be fighting all year long, up and down between that 1 to 3 mark.
Right.
I think I honestly thought that Denver would be the best out of these 3 teams, but it hasn't shown up right now. Not
Yeah,
yet.
I'm surprised to see Portland still in the race, in the mix, because they were without Lillard for quite some time. So
what do you think about Portland? Oh, we got to see them when they played the Knicks. You think it's interesting because what they're
right.
doing is one thing that I'm surprised. They're playing defense.
No, they play defense, but it's also interesting to look at the team because it isn't like, I mean, I guess you could say Simons is like a legit, number one guy as well, as you know what I mean, because he held it down when Lillard was not there, so you could tell that he can sort of carry a team. And now with Lillard, it makes it even that much more difficult to guard the 2 of them. It's still sort of that McCollum, tandem, right? That didn't really change much outside of them having a better core of players along with them now. I think they're better now than they were during the McCollum Lillard days, but I don't know. They do have some defensive players in there that sort of help, with the overall game and so how they're structured. So I think they'll be in the race. I just don't know if I don't see them 4 though. If I had to bet, I would say they'll drop somewhere around 8th or 9th.
I mean, that makes sense. I could see that. Shout out to King Ja. Appreciate you in the building. Salute. Also, look at first off, he said, y'all think the Knicks can stay at the 5th or 6th range?
I would say if they keep playing the way they're playing today, right? As of the last 5 games, if they keep playing with that sort of consistency and pressure on ball pressure defensively, I think anything's possible.
I agree with that. The way they're playing right now. So here's the thing.
Not
Like,
much not to like, right? There's not
yeah,
much you could,
it's interesting because it made me formulate an opinion.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know, man. I'm kind of feeling like this team goes as far as Julius Randle will take them. That's how I feel. And I don't know if that.
Which is even more reason to trade him while he's high.
I know.
It's just like, and I get it. I get it for those who say you want to see the Knicks win, so why not keep him? I totally understand that, but he's gonna max out. Like, he's gonna be what he is now. I don't think he's gonna get that much better, right? And there are teams that are gonna look at him as a potential player that they can use because they can see what he's providing for the Knicks. So why not try to go young and get something for him? Because if he goes on the complete downhill spiral, we're not going to get that opportunity again. Like, it's just what it's going to be.
That's true. There's a lot of truth to that. I agree with that. It's a tough. We're in a very tough situation right now, guys. To watch our team finally looking like they're playing the best basketball that they've played all season long because Tibbs has prioritized defense. He's got the guys in there, the right pieces. He's shortened the rotation to make it easier to give these guys a really good look, to make them very comfortable. And he's relying on Julius, and not just him relying, the team itself is relying on Julius to kind of help carry them, and guys are falling in place. Because if you've seen, shout out to Steph on Dope Soul, because I was going to talk about this too later tonight. She had mentioned that when she was watching the game, she noticed that Julius was passing the ball to guys, and they were giving it right back to Julius because they know he's got it going, and maybe they don't feel like they are comfortable enough to step up at this point. So everything's flowing through Julius. Now, granted, for him, except for at the end of the fourth quarter yesterday when Chicago was trying to put the clamps on him, he has been doing great. So, but we got to make adjustments because the book is out. Last night, teams got to see, okay, well, Julius has been kind of unstoppable, but the Bulls figured something out towards the end, and that's what we need to do too. And of course, when we play the Bulls again tomorrow night, they're going to do the same thing, but now starting from the first quarter.
Yeah, 100%. What was big in yesterday's win was Grimes clutch shots. You know what I mean? He had some big shot. He had knocked down some big shots in crucial moments of the game, and I think that sort of helped us get over that hump. And Jalen was super strong in overtime. So
agreed. Yeah, Jalen was fantastic. I mean, he to me, I still think, like, even though I'm saying that this team is basically going to go as far as this Julius Randle is going to take him, without Jalen Brunson, like, it's like he's the stabilizer. Without him, we don't win the game. To me, because in the fourth quarter, towards the end, when they were stopping him, we had no answer. Then RJ got fouled out, so then we really had no extra answer. And then overtime, it's like they were still doing what they were doing on Julius, and he was struggling to and then Jalen stepped up. So you need a guy like Jalen to help us win these games.
Right, clutch player of the game.
the Jerry West clutch player. Yeah, exactly. And shout out to Uncle Fulio. Good to see you, brother, as always. No, you're wrong. Yeah, that's not. He said Borinquen PJs in the background. First off, no, it's not Borinquen. It's Williamsburg houses. You know what I mean? 1 through 4, 4 blocks, 4x4. You know how we do. But besides that, where the hell did you get Borinquen PJs? What you know about that, yo?
Borinquen Plaza. That's where he used to get his avocados from. Yeah, Remember the market? Right off of Borinquen and Bushwick.
Of course. I used to go over there, and also was that the one on Moore Street. the small
That's the
plaza
one.
there. Oh,
That's
that
the
is
one
the
I'm
one.
talking about.
It's,
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
one.
because that's the other
Come
side of it. Yeah,
on the
okay.
other side.
Yeah, man. I go over there, get my acapulcias, my coffee,
Yeah,
rellena de
buddy.
papa. Yo, don't play with me, V.
Yeah,
Don't play
buddy.
with me.
I'm getting hungry. It's late. I can't eat that now.
Oh man, good times, good times. Yeah, so that's pretty much what it's looking like, guys. That's what the standings looking like. As you can see, there's a lot of parity here too. Same type of thing.
Yeah.
You look at the fourth seed, uh, and compare that to even like say number 11, the sixth seed,
Mm-hmm.
3-game difference. So there's parity all over the league.
Yep.
And
This
then
is the time when the NBA starts to shape itself out, right? Because now teams are really going to start to get gelling, and then you're going to start to see every team sort of fall in line and where they're supposed to be at by midseason form, and then you start going into the All-Star break knowing what teams are.
very true, very true. And then Houston has been playing pretty well the last 4 or 5 games, and look at them; they're still last in the West with a 9-19 record. Shows
Right.
you how bad they've been to start this season. Which I listen. I don't know what's going on, but I know they're young, inexperienced. I'm just saying, like, I don't know,
They don't
bro.
shoot it right. They don't shoot the rock
Yeah.
well.
You come on, bro. Let me ask you this, John. You mean to tell me to start this season, you would think that the Utah Jazz would have a better record than the Houston Rockets? It's crazy.
No, because they sold ship, right? They expected to rebuild, and the players they got are better than they advertised. Like Clarkson took this opportunity. He's like, "Yo, it's time for me to make some bread, so I'm gonna showcase my talents."
Facts.
You know what I mean? Lauren Marketing, another one. So,
And
never know
they're
what you
doing
got
this
unless you play them.
and they're doing this and not getting the best Sexton, by the way. I know you say he was playing
He
better
started
earlier,
early,
but
yeah.
he like the Sexton that we saw when he was with the Cavs, that
Oh, yeah.
Sexton can get busy. They haven't even got that guy yet.
Because the injury bug, right? Like you almost seemed like he was capable of getting, like he had some 20-point games here and there. You know what he does on the defensive side with his sort of his prowess to getting into the lanes and getting steals. But he can't stay healthy.
It's crazy. I mean, the guy in the season before he got hurt, because he got hurt early in the following season, the season prior, he averaged 23, 24 points per game.
Oh yeah. And he could do that if healthy. When healthy, he can do that.
Yeah. That's some crazy stuff, man. But yeah, so I mean, that's the NBA standings, guys. That's what these teams are looking like. A very interesting time in the NBA. It's fun. It's fun to watch, man. I actually think that it's weird to me because I'm not used to this, but I kind of like it because there's so much parity. Like any team could beat any team on any given night, like literally.
Right. How fun was that Laker versus who were they playing? It was Lakers versus, oh my God, why am I drawing a blank? And they lost. The Lakers lost. It was was it yesterday? Was it the day before yesterday? Such a good game.
I feel like I remember which one. It's right there, and I can't think. Hold on.
Why am I drawing a blank on the team that they were playing?
Was it Lakers in Boston? Yeah, it's Lakers in
Yeah,
Boston.
Lakers Boston. That's what it was.
Yeah,
such a good game.
That was a good game.
So good. Tatum was on.
Tatum got busy,
boy, and Brown.
Tatum got busy,
and
yes.
Brown was like on as crucial and smart, making smart plays down the stretch, of games and making the right reads. It was a fun night, man. When the Lakers came back from, I think they were down 20, right? And they made a comeback and they took the lead in the fourth. It was one of those like, okay, they have an opportunity. They had a run in the fourth. They went up by like 9, and then the Celtics just came right back and took it away from them. So
yeah,
it's a good game.
And the other thing is Brogdon has been pretty steady for them so far. I don't have Wood, so I can't knock on it, but he's been pretty steady. I probably shouldn't even said that, guys. He's how fragile he is, but he's been pretty steady for them. So
Yeah, he's a solid, but he's just a solid contributor. Like he's not his he doesn't jump off the page stat line wise, but what he does for that team is sort of shore ups what they can bring in and out of a unit. You know what I mean? Because there'll be moments where he was playing with bench, with some of the starters and the bench players. There's a nice mix. And the same goes for Smart, like having that option to go to either one of those guys. It's a big deal.
Now the only thing is you feel like it hurts Smart offensively now, because I've been watching a lot of his games. He hasn't really contributed as much because now he doesn't really need to, like having Brogdon there, and also the addition of because now he's
White,
in a role where he stepped up. White has been a lot more prominent for them this season than last season. He came along towards the end, but now he's really a part.
He's in that rotation, and I think it's key for Smart because you don't want Smart to be the guy who you are relying on to be the scorer, right? You want him to make the right play at the right time and bring in that defensive intensity and be that floor general directing the traffic. That's what you want Smart to be.
I agree with that. That makes sense. I mean, it's a good problem to have. It's a great problem to have, actually. Shout out to Margaret Edwards. Salute.
Appreciate
we
you.
See you. Thank you. She says, I like you guys' background. Thank you.
We're in our own neighborhood, we hang out.
Shout out to John, man. That's where we grew up.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Paying homage to our own neighborhood.
That's right. It was really kind of nostalgic, man. When I see it, I was thinking, man, I lived a lot of years there.
Yeah, man. It helped build a lot of kings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, greatness was established there, founded. Anyway, guys, so I wanted to also highlight somebody. Don't have a graphic up because honestly, I really just this is a spur of the moment. John doesn't even know this. I kind of thought about it while the show was going on. Okay. I think we should kind of highlight the NBK player of the night, right? Yeah. So this will be the player of the previous night before the show we go on, because usually how it's set up too is Thursday nights is kind of light on the schedules, but Wednesday nights going into Thursday is heavy. It's usually a lot of games. So it's a great night to do this. And so next week we'll get a graphic together for it. But for today's purposes, I think the NBK player of the night goes to, and I was hoping it was going to go to somebody else, but in the end, he's an MVP for a reason. The Joker, Jokic himself, man, Nikola Jokic. He finished with 43 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists.
Very good night.
Very, very good night. Like, Fred VanVleet was a very, very close runner-up there with his 39 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 steals. Damian Lillard had 37 and 8 in his game. And then, as I said earlier, Steph Curry, I mean, he got hurt and was out in the second half, but he had 38 points in the first half. So, Steph be doing the thing, but nobody's numbers are going to be like 43, 14, and 8. The Joker got busy.
Yeah, I mean, the closest thing we had was Randall, right? Where he took down 17 boards, 14 boards. How many boards did he bring down? That day he scored 30, or he had 27 and 14, something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. It might have been 17. You might be right. But yeah, it was a really good game for him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. The Joker's solid, bro. The Joker. And he's not, I think also a guy like that, he realizes his talent and he knows I got to step up because things are not clicking the way they should. So I got to take over. Like we can't keep losing. We got to win. Another guy who's starting to get frustrated, bro. And, leave it up to the NBA media to kind of highlight things and try to make a big deal out of something. But yesterday's game, Luka Doncic was walking off the floor, going to the sidelines, to the bench. Mm-hmm. And I forgot his name, this first name, Powell, the center, tried to give him a 5, and Luka just brushed him off and kept walking to the bench.
Wow.
So they highlighted that. Look, Luka's very frustrated over there. They went from a sneaky, surprising team last year, making it into the playoffs and having a really nice run, playing great defense, and Luka felt like they had something. This year, they get a couple pieces back, Tim Hardaway Jr., but they lost Jalen Brunson, and it seems like they miss him.
Yeah, it's interesting because Dinwiddie's having a down year too, right? Like he isn't having the year he had last year. I don't know. That team is interesting because they put it on us, right? Like they gave us some business. They gave us the business, and we looked horrible. We had after that game is when we started to make the changes, right? To bring in just a 9. That was a Tibbs move in relation to that loss against Dallas. So it worked out in our favor, at least at this moment. So we'll see if it continues.
That is a fact. We gotta, listen. Keep it going, keep it rocking, man. I'm shout out to this Knicks team. They've been doing great. Fantastic defense. Grimes, Deuce McBride, RJ has played better the last game or two. Randall's been more intensified on the defensive side of the ball because his offense is going. He's really feeling confident, feeling good about. Randall's feeling good when he starts smiling, like taking shots and shaking his head and smiling. He's feeling good about it. So it's been really good to see. Mitchell Robinson's had some really nice moments for them. Shout out! I'm gonna give Tibbs credit for what he does. Like when Tibbs has guys who can orchestrate his schemes, Tibbs can really get busy out there with his wizardry. That defensive mind of his. So shout out to him. I still think that we need something different going long term, but right now he's our coach. And I'm wishing him the best as well as wishing everybody on the Knicks the best. I want to see everything turn out the way the best it can. So
yeah.
Ice. Okay. Yeah. Maybe somebody else should be reading that name, but okay. Shout out to you, brother.
Shout out to Ice, baby.
He said, facts. I knew I seen you around. Are you from the area, B?
Yeah, man.
Let me find out.
If he is, I don't know if any of us are calling the guy handsome, but
yeah, we probably call you Ice. What's good though? What's good? If you grew up there or you familiar with the area, man, that's dope. Shout out to you. Yeah, we was talking about it a little earlier, Fabian. Tyler Hero dropped 41 and he had 10 3-pointers. Well, that I didn't know, but I knew he had 41. Appreciate that. Thank you for the update.
He was seeing that rim,
it looked like a big old huge bucket.
Yeah, big bucket.
Yeah, man, it's been great. So listen, guys, I think this has been a fantastic show. I know, it took us a little while to get here. We thank you guys for being patient and rocking and showing your love and support for not just still Knicks fans, but the whole NBK brand. As I like to say all the time, this is nothing but Knicks with a little bit of the NBA sprinkled in. So thank you for tuning in and watching. John?
Yeah.
Another good one, man. Any final words, brother?
I'm glad I was able to keep my eyes open. It's towards the end of I was ready for time right now.
Yeah, you might be counting sheep right now normally, but yeah.
For real. Nah, man. I enjoyed this though. I'm gonna be gone for the next couple of weeks. So definitely hold it down. To everybody out there in the chat, man. Much love, much respects. Enjoy the holiday season. And Happy New Year. I'll see you all in 2023. So peace and blessings, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Or
there you go.
On the next one of 2023.
Right. There you go. There you go. Yeah, man. So as John said, it's about that time. He's going on vacation. I'm going on vacation a week after him. Like he'll already be on. I'll be on the following week. But I don't know what I'm gonna do because it's a staycation for me. You may see me jump on. I may be everywhere that week because I'm home. You may see me pop up on people's shows. That might be a little crazy week for me, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But thank you guys as always. I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still, Knicks fans, we'll be back again, whether it be on Know the Ledge this Saturday, 11 a.m. SKF Weekly on Mondays at 9 p.m. or the NBA Report right here on NBK at 8 p.m., but not tonight. We missed it tonight, but it's okay. Thank you. Mets Knicks fans, let's go is in the building. Salute to you. Thank you for being here, bro. Yeah, man. It's a fun time. These Knicks, whenever the Knicks are playing well, I'm happy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm a Met fan, I'm a Giant fan, but something about when the Knicks are playing well, I feel good, bro.
You ain't wrong, because if your prediction is correct from our show on Monday, you're expecting a loss tomorrow.
I am, unfortunately.
And I expected a loss yesterday, and I was wrong. But I was happy to be wrong. So hopefully you're happy to be wrong.
There you Friday. Go. Honestly, I think after what I saw in that game, Bulls got some issues. So the Knicks could see what happens when you don't follow a team closely. The Knicks could definitely win tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, man. Shout out to everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. We appreciate you. It's been another great show. Tune in to whatever we got going on next. Have a happy holidays to everybody. Shout out to Jay Boogie, Papa Left, and Cully for putting together a dope video. Shout out to Hard Will for making cameos in the Jay Boogie videos lately. He's showing up.
Yeah, man.
Salute to Hard Will, Worldwide L for the love of the game, by the way. That's number 4, OUR, love of the game. Check them out. Anyway, it's been great, guys. Y'all take it easy. Have a great rest of your night. We'll catch you on the next one.
Peace. Run that.